Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Matt here, and today we are back with another rebuild. And we did the 76ers the last time we did a rebuild. This time we're going to be doing the Milwaukee Bucks. And things have been rough, and we're going to do something a little crazy. So let's just get right into it. So, the Milwaukee Bucks, underperforming in real life. Pretty old roster. Most of the starting cast is into their 30s. Giannis might request a trade. Things are not looking good in Milwaukee. Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo, no question, a top 5 player in the league. Just put up 59 the other night. And he's a monster. There are not many players ever in the game of basketball like Giannis Antetokounmpo. His dominance, his size, his skill set. He is almost a complete player. Obviously, if he was at least an average three-point shooter, things would be even crazier for the NBA. But he can hit it wide open, and he still averages 30, 12, and almost 7 a game. So, yeah. Stop glazing for a second. Move on from Giannis and take a look at the rest of the roster. We got Damian Lillard. Not much that needs to be said about him. This guy, top 75 player of all time. And, I mean, he didn't have a bad season in Milwaukee last year, but obviously a decline from his 32 point per game season the year before. Chris Middleton, always a guy that's been consistent. Now playing third string behind Lillard and Giannis, who has been injured for the most part. Not Giannis, Chris Middleton. He has been injured for the entire season, and partially why this team's underperforming. Bobby Portis on a contract year was very solid in his time here in Milwaukee, but Brook Lopez as well, another glue guy, had probably his best season since his Brooklyn days last season, shooting almost 40% from three. I mean, outside of that, though, you got Gary Trent on a 1-year deal who's been hooping. I think Gary Trent is slightly underrated, but besides that, I haven't seen how he's been playing in Milwaukee so far, but clearly nobody's playing well enough. Taurean Prince, I have nothing to say about this guy. Once upon a time, he was, a double-digit scorer in his Atlanta and his Brooklyn days, but he's getting substantial minutes on a team that's supposed to be competing for a championship. He was in Middleton's spot. So I mentioned that we will be doing something crazy, and we will be moving on from Giannis, Lillard, Middleton. This entire team is getting blown up. What can Milwaukee do? Now, I was sitting here, I was thinking, who and where? Who would offer for Giannis? Where would he go? And what would the package be to get Giannis on someone else's team? And I was looking, and I thought of a couple of possibilities. The Heat are a possibility, giving up Bam Adebayo, maybe Tyler Hero as well, but then you deplete the depth. I mean, it wouldn't be my problem, but I mean, Miami is always in trade rumors. And then the team that is sitting back, licking their chops, waiting for a superstar in their timeline to be ready and available. And the OKC Thunder probably are the team to make a move, considering their draft capital, their young talent. They are probably the youngest team in basketball. One player in their 30s, and that's Alex Caruso. One player. So this will be the team that I will try to trade with. I will try to send Giannis to OKC. Looking around, I know Golden State was an option. They have Kuminga. They had Podziemski. And then Trace Jackson Davis, Moses Moody. But I don't know if they can afford him. 2, do they have the timeline to bring in Giannis, have Curry there? How long is Curry going to be playing? He's already 36. And then you look elsewhere. I was thinking Cleveland. Cleveland could make a run for Giannis. In real life, they are still undefeated, 13-0. But logistically, they have the pieces to go get Giannis. And you could team him up with Donovan Mitchell. They're both in the same timeline, 28 and 29 years old. I could see it. So those will probably be the 3 teams that I try to trade with. And first, it'll be the Thunder. then Cleveland, then Miami last. So first we could try the Thunder. And I just, actually, before I check, maybe I can get a little intel here. So Cleveland is rebuilding, so it would probably be easier to formulate a trade with Cleveland. And then for the Thunder, they're buying. Oh, Shea is untradeable. I'm not surprised. And then Miami, they might be considered rebuilding in the game. No, they're buying. Okay, yeah. So we're going to be going to the Thunder. And a trade package of, maybe Lou Dort, but I'm thinking a trade package like this. I would like picks. So I don't know how many picks I'd be able to get away with in the game, but if I can get, the Philly pick, Clippers pick. Wait, what's wrong? Oh, I need to give them a player. I would give them Chris Livingston. What does this look like? Okay, they're not interested. What about one pick? They're still not interested. No picks? Okay, so I mean, if Chet's as close to untouchable as untouchable can get, no capital for Milwaukee. That's another crazy thing. And I didn't even touch on the coaching situation, which, I mean, if this trade's not going to work, I could show you. But, where is it? Front office. There it is. You have Doc Rivers as your head coach. Being a Sixers fan, I know what the Doc Rivers saga is. And their assistant coach is Darvin Ham. If that isn't a bottom 5 coaching staff in the NBA, then I don't know what is. For the sake of this, let's see if we had Gary Trent. What do we look like? New York, I thought about, but they're in their own timeline. The Pacers, they wouldn't do this, obviously. Oh, man. It's a little rough. Is this a possibility? No. Yeah, so what's probably going to have to happen is I'm going to have to formulate a trade myself. If OKC is unwilling to play ball, then we could look at Evan Mobley and probably Darius Garland. And then we can give them Andre Jackson. Okay, actually, maybe not Andre Jackson. I can give them, what's his name? Chris Livingston. And then I'd want to pick probably 2 picks. Okay, so the Cleveland deal is looking more likely. I don't know if they would do this in real life, but if I'm thinking just, you're going to be getting a talent like Giannis. What about 1 pick? No picks? Okay, so in this scenario, it's probably going to be having me give up more than receiving, which I don't know. And then I guess the last one I could do real quick for you guys is going over to the Heat. It would have to be Bam. Probably Nikola Jovic. No. Is it a money issue? I think it would probably just be Bam, considering we can't afford anything else. Terry Rozier's been hooping, by the way. Just want to note that. So we gave up Tyler Smith and then Torian Prince. Okay, so this seems really lopsided, and they also have no picks. Like, this would be a Miami pipe dream. Another idea would be to trade them Dame, which I might actually be more inclined to do. I'm going to see. Bruh. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to just rock with that. That isn't the worst package to get back. In 2K, because, I don't know how much else you can get for Giannis. So, if you're in Miami, you're screaming and you're jumping for joy. But yeah, so Giannis is gone. We're just gonna leave it like that. The return was horrible. I'm actually really disappointed with the return because we only get 1 pick out of that, and it's in 2029. So we gotta make sure that Lillard gets us something. Now, a team for Lillard. I have to look around the league as well. It's just, there are not many teams that would want a 34-year-old point guard. Well, I know the Clippers would. That isn't terrible, but... Hold on. Wait. The Clippers might be willing to play ball here. If we can get Norman Powell 24 million. Is there any world? Zubac. And then we can give back Chris Livingston. We're 11 mil over. Terrence Mann. They would deplete their depth for something like this. And then we can give them back DeLon Wright. Okay. And then you give us this swap worst. And then you can give us a second. Okay. You can keep the second. We're already set at point guard. Okay. Well, you're right. However, you would just have Harden play the 2. So, I'm not going to break the bank for a trade like this to go through. But I will try that. Okay. So, if I, hypothetically, real quick, just make Lillard a 2. Just for the sake of the trade. Does this change any offers? Well, no. But Cleveland will give me Darius Garland. The game is so broken because they would never do that in real life. Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat, but it makes no sense. So, Houston wouldn't be a terrible destination actually, but yeah, I think I'm kind of dead set on the Clipper deal here. We can get Norman Powell. You can give us Ivica Zubac, and you give us Terrence Mann, and then we give you Dame, and then filler. Basically. Let's see. Gotta give one more guy. So it'll be Chris Livingston in this case. And then you give us a first. Hurts your starting center position. Okay, no problem. Actually, that is a bit of a problem. Send Brook Lopez over? They obviously can't afford this, but 8 mil. Give us Derek Jones. Hold on. This could be crazy. Could be at the buzzer. Oh, man. This is a crazy deal. Send Brook Lopez away. We get a bunch of assets that we could flip. Our main backup small forward spot. Are you serious? This guy doesn't even play for your team. And Derek Jones Jr. is probably going to get traded at the deadline anyway. Okay. So, Clippers are playing hardball. And if we go on Trade Finder, just wouldn't work. I think Miami was really the spot for Dame, and we just gave them Giannis. But, gotta see. Utah, no. Sacramento, no. New York, no. Lakers! Okay. The Twitter special, as I would call it. The D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt package. I think the Lakers actually make sense. I can't believe I didn't think of them sooner. I think we're gonna call up the Lake Show. I think we're gonna be sending Damian Lillard to the Lakers, which is kind of crazy. You can give us D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves. Oh boy, pull out the roster filler. And then, okay, Lakers would acquire 11 mil over. So you give us Jared Vanderbilt. And then we can give you DeLon Wright. And then you can give us your 2026 first. And that's all I'll ask for. Okay, they like it. Okay, how about no pick? Now they don't want to take on the extra salary. So you're telling me you like the trade better with... What? That makes zero sense. Okay. What if you kept... Oh, you kept Vanderbilt and you gave us this bum who I think had 0 stats over like a 35-minute period over 2 games. Okay, now I'm gonna need that first round pick. We don't want to take on the extra salary. Okay, keep the pick. Okay, whatever. For the sake of the video, I don't care. Whatever, fine. And then Brook Lopez, I think, would actually have a bigger market than people might realize. Like, I think Memphis making a move for Brook Lopez is smart. I actually really like this Grizzlies trade, but I want a sooner pick. They're not going to be this bad in real life. They want Gary Trent, and they want to swap picks, and we get Scottie Pippen Jr. Lock it in. Let's do it. Okay, that's cool. Who else? Okay, so Bobby Portis is going to have to go. Kings would make sense, but they would not give up Malik Monk. The Knicks would make sense, but they wouldn't give up Mitchell Robinson, though. Dallas would make sense. I actually like this as well. We get PJ Washington. They get a guy that could probably shoot the three a little bit more consistently for Luka. I actually like this trade a lot. I'm not going to look at the rest, but I want an earlier pick. Give me your pick this year, and we can lock it in. Okay, no? Okay, fine. I'll take the original offer. And yeah, I'm severely blowing this team up, but I think in real life, this is... I'm not going to say this is what they need, but for the sake of the storyline of the video, I'm down. I'm even going to trade this bum. He can't play. He can't. Just give me a first. Do I want to... Yeah, I'll screw Sacramento. Thank you. Okay. So, this is what we got. Oh, Chris Middleton. How could I forget? My bad. Would the Nuggets do this? I think for Denver, Michael Porter Jr. is... I think he's a really great talent. I loved him coming out of the draft. But they're not going to be able to afford to pay everybody. They still have to pay Christian Braun. They're going to have to probably pay a lot of these guys down here. And then you have the option to re-sign Middleton in the offseason. And I don't know if this contract will hold up for them in real life. I don't know. I really do like Michael Porter Jr. I'm kind of just giving myself an excuse to trade for him. And you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're just going to do it. Whatever. This probably will not be the final team. I want to flip D'Lo right now. And I'm going to kind of throw logic more out the window as we get closer to, you know, like actually wanting to compete. But I could send D'Lo back. We could do this, get a pick back. We got to rebuild our capital. And whoever's on a one-year deal, I just want gone. You know, if they don't matter. All right, you know what? Let's just set the lineup. We're going to be bad. Let's see. I want to give the young guys all the minutes. Gabe Vincent's not going to play. AJ Johnson, excuse me. He's going to get some minutes. I want Kelly Ware to get some minutes. He's been playing well in real life. So these two guys are going to be my main focus. I know we still have Bam. So I'm going to put Bam at the 4. Please. Thank you. And then I want to give Ware the minutes. AJ Green is not going to be playing. If this was the NFL, I'd give AJ Green some playing time. But this is not the NFL. So we will also take away some Brandon Clark minutes, some Huerta minutes, because these are guys that you know what you're going to get with them. And yeah, I'm just going to leave the lineup the way it is. And I expect to be bad. So yeah, we destroyed the team chemistry. I don't even know how Fanish was still an 80%. If I saw my team do this all in one day, I would probably hurl myself off of my local bridge. So yeah, let's just simulate the season, and hopefully we get a good draft pick. Actually, right before we sim. Okay, Terrell Purdue might just be Giannis. Wow, that is incredible. Okay, so the goal is we trade Giannis, right? Big brain it. We get rid of the contract, and then we go get Giannis. I think that was an incredible idea. So Terrell Purdue is going to be a Milwaukee Buck. Stamp it, lock it in. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Okay, so Luka, MVP. Wow. So Alexander Sarr is the Rookie of the Year, and that stat line is pitiful. Amen Thompson, 6th man. Wemby, DPOY. You know, same awards for the most part. You're not really going to get much differentiating statistics. Sabonis on the first team. Hey, Giannis. How did Giannis do? Okay, he had a really good season. I bet the Heat are probably up there. Definitely, 100%. Let's see. Any All-NBA teams? I'll actually look a little bit closer this time. Traded Lillard away. They had that. Wow. So the entire... I could have sworn. I thought I saw LeBron, but I guess it was Lillard. So Lillard went off. AD had a pretty good season, and no LeBron. So that makes things a little bit interesting. We do have Bam on Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, Defensive Team. And we got Kelly Ware on the Rookie Team. How did he do? Terrible. I'd argue, though, that's better statistics than this. But, and then we have AJ Johnson. He did okay. His shooting splits were terrible. Lakers were the 3rd seed, so they definitely improved. How did LeBron do? That's all NBA numbers to me. And the Heat were a play-in team? Are we serious? You have this lineup and you're a play-in team? Okay. So, how did we perform? Let's see. Are we in position to get the Giannis replacement? Yeah, we won 22 games. Are we going to get the first pick, though? So, technically, Utah will have better odds. So, that's kind of rough. And, okay, we have Warriors and Knicks. And the Warriors sweep them, and Curry gets number 5. Wow. If that happens in real life, I think that makes him undisputed the best point guard of all time. Player retirements. Nothing super significant. This is what we're here for. Oh, God, wait. I looked at our firsts, realized we had nothing, and thought, yeah, let's tank. And we don't even get the pick. Well, it's a really good thing that we have so many players that need to go that we will be getting the first overall pick. So it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I actually don't care at all. So that's first order of business. Let's see, what do the Nets want? Wait. Oh, it was the Magic, which is also insane. I think they jumped up because that's pretty crazy. I'll throw one more pick. Okay. So we got the first overall pick. I've done no scouting on that guy. I have no idea. He's not even projected to go first anymore. Where did he go? He dropped down to 5th. And Edmund Mason, who is Hakeem Olajuwon potentially, is projected to go first. Is there a world we get both? Let's go sign a new coach. Doc Rivers is gone. Guess we'll get Blake Fisher. Hopefully we actually get him. We do? Okay, cool. Let's just go to the draft. I think I'm still gonna take the Purdue guy, number 1. Where'd he go? Terrell Purdue. His overall actually dropped. Let me just get Edmund Mason. He's 78. Ooh. And then I'm just gonna trade for. Actually, if he gets to like pick 4, okay. So I'll just trade for him right now. So the Nets. Let's just go talk to Brooklyn. Where is this guy? Maybe I should wait until he's actually. Yeah, let me wait a second here. I should have probably just taken him first. But, okay, so they just drafted 2 power forwards. So they knew. They knew that I was going to go call him up. They actually just drafted him for ransom. And he's a 73? I'm giving up the farm for a 73 overall? Are we serious? Are we dead ass? Bro, they have so much money. I'll give you Kevin Huerter. Who else is on a 1-year deal? Take Gabe Vincent. That might unironically be one of the worst contracts in the NBA. AJ Green. Take all of my salary because I have no other purpose. Thanks. Jeez, man. Terrible. I'm literally going off of potential. 73 overall. Are you kidding me? How are you going to say you're Giannis and then you have 1 badge? Yeah, player progression. And, yeah, I think it's just going to be our young guys got to get better and phase out the old heads. This is Bam's team. He had a pretty good season last year. If we can get him to like that 20 and 11 range, I think we'd be in really good shape. These guys all down here are probably going to end up going. And maybe Andre Jackson as well. So, yeah, let's simulate to the deadline. I'm not expecting much. Maybe we sneak into the playoffs. We're starting off decent. If we hover around 500, we're definitely a play-in team. We don't have our pick, so it really doesn't matter how we perform. So the better we perform, the better, I guess, I feel that we don't have our pick. But we have assets, so I'm willing to just cheese the system and just make our team as much better as we can. So, yeah, will the Bucks do this in real life? No. Will Giannis probably end up staying? Yeah. Giannis is one of those guys that I could see being a for lifer. I'm not sitting here thinking that Giannis is going to be requesting a trade anytime soon. So yeah, we are 500. We look at the stats. If Michael, okay, so this is concerning. It's very concerning. But Edmund Mason is playing really well. Terrell Purdue is doing pretty well. Khalil Ware is getting better. I mean, the bigs won't be a problem. I'm okay with Michael Porter Jr. Just, I honestly, can I get him taking more shots? I want, if he's gonna lead the team in points per game, go off, bro. Go off. And Bam, I want getting more shots and touches as well. Let's see. Mason, I mean, he's already getting shots. Khalil Ware, give you a little more. This Giannis guy, I'll give you your 80, and I'll give you more touches so you can hopefully develop a little bit better. AJ Johnson, looking fine. And wow. Yeah, he's not even getting minutes. Okay, so I definitely just want to get assets. PJ Washington is going to go. That's the whole reason I got him in the first place. I just want picks. Is there anything sooner than 2030 that I can get? 2028 swap. I'd rather just take the 2030 pick, to be honest. And I'll take Richaun Holmes. Let's see. I'll take Grant Williams, and then I'm just going to probably flip Grant Williams right now. I'm literally just here to stockpile draft picks. I have no other purpose than stockpiling those draft picks. I'll actually take Malik Monk. I'll just take him and I'll keep him. And we can fix the rotation. And I want to give Michael Porter more minutes. Hit that 30 threshold. Mason, bring him down. And then, yeah, that's going to be it. We're going to go to the end of the season. Actually, is there anybody that I can re-sign right now? No, I'm not bringing back Gabe Vincent here. You're just tripping balls. So, yeah, we're going to go to the end of the season, check out the awards, go to the off-season, and hopefully make a run next season. Okay, so Victor Wembanyama, MVP. Those numbers are incredible. Edmund Mason had a good season. Amin Thompson, 6-man, DPOY. Noah Clowney, most improved, clutch player, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we don't care. Giannis on the first team. Do we have any Bucks? No Bucks. No Bucks. Oh, Bucks. There we go. Any Bucks? Beautiful. Edmund Mason developing nicely. Actually has a 3-point shot. And Terrell Purdue had a pretty good season himself. So, yeah, I'm not mad about it. Did we sneak into the... We are a play-in team. We are not in the playoffs, though. Where is Miami? Miami was a play-in team. And then the Lakers... Did Dame leave? Did I just fleece? Nope. They just missed the playoffs. I don't know how. I guess just the decline and not putting enough pieces around them. That's kind of insane. But okay, we have San Antonio and Cleveland. I guess good thing they didn't trade for Giannis because they're in the NBA Finals and they lost to the Spurs. And let's check out the scouting. So we got Mitch Drew. Don't really need him considering we invested a lot of capital. I'm just going to ignore that. Like, that's insane. Huh. Yeah, I guess it would just be a stick and pick situation. We don't even have a pick. And I'm not going to waste capital. I'll just go past the draft. I'm not going to be making any moves. Can I check out the association? No? Okay. I did want to kind of see... What did the Lakers do? So they just drafted a bust. Incredible. Good job. Who had pick 1? So Mitch Drew was an 80. Should I win it all on that? Probably. But it's alright. I'll bring these two back. Does Luka Doncic want to be a Milwaukee Buck? I mean, it would be crazy not to offer Luka. Chet is here. De'Aaron Fox is here. I wouldn't hate that. Trae Young is here. Jaren Jackson Jr. I think we can make splash here. It's definitely going to be time for Michael Porter Jr. to go. He didn't do much for us. Let's see. Is there a team that would just give us salary relief? Miami would. Shocking, huh? I mean, I don't even hate that. Jaime Jaquez. I have a thought there. I have a thought that they might not be able to bring back Mr. Chet Holmgren. And if that's the case, we still don't have any money. Let's see. Malik Monk. You gotta go, buddy. Can I just really screw them? No, they can't. I'll take Washington's picks. Perfect. Do we have any money now? Hey, we do. Okay, so we are going to offer Luka. I mean, it would be stupid not to. I'm going to offer Chet Holmgren. So that's a possibility. And then if all else fails, I like the idea of De'Aaron Fox. Let's bring in De'Aaron Fox. Slightly higher overall. And we get Luka Doncic. Okay. Wow. I kind of wasn't expecting to get Luka. I do want to keep Nikola Jovic. I'll renounce the rights on those two dudes. And then we're looking good. Yeah, okay. So Luka Doncic is now a part of the Milwaukee Bucks. This would never happen. Wow, they ended up keeping both. But I guess they're going to lose Jalen Williams. So, okay. We have Luka. We have Bam. Bam's going to go down to the 4. Again, this is not realistic by any means, but you get a chance to get Luka Doncic, you kind of have to take it. So we have our bigs. We got our point guard. Maybe Luka, or not. I'd probably just move AJ Johnson to the 2. Yeah. It's playmaking, not playmaking archetype, shot creating archetype, so that makes sense. And now we just got to work on filling out the rest of the roster. Mike Conley wouldn't be bad. Trey Jones, I like. But if we have our mid-level exception, which we do, Vince Williams, go to the last rebuild. Don't need any bigs. So we need to focus on our 1 spots. I'm bringing Trey Jones. Okay, so it's actually the next day. Had to wrap up yesterday and resume today. So I think the last thing that we were doing was I was about to sign Trey Jones, which I think would be a great addition. I'll give him a 4-year deal. We're going to be signing him on the mid-level exception. Give him the 11 mil, 4 years. Who else could we bring to the table? Nikhil Alexander-Walker, I like. Ooh, Jalen Bridges. What? Where did you play? Okay, Phoenix. You know what? I'll offer you a 2-year deal. I like the skill set that he brings. I mean, maybe there's something there. So let's see. We do get Jalen Bridges. And do we get anybody else? Bring in Aaron Holiday, Luke Kennard, Garrison Matthews. I'll bring in Garrison Matthews on a 1-year minimum. Don't hate it. Dante Exum, I could bring in on a 1-year minimum. I mean, at this point, we're just kind of getting roster fillers. Kyle Anderson has 10 badges. I'll bring you in on a minimum. Yeah, we can't get Tobias Harris. We can't get Trey Jones, so they accept a little late. But we do get the rest of our filler pieces, so we should have a lineup here. Yeah, I mean, we have a lineup. There's definitely improvement there. Hopefully player progression treats us nicely. And Terrell Purdue. See, that's the type of potential that I saw in Terrell Purdue when maybe others didn't. I mean, 8 overall increase is one of the biggest increases I've seen in 2K ever. So maybe we have a generational guy there. Kyle Anderson regresses pretty significantly. He loses 4 badges. Jalen Bridges, I kind of just wanted the end of the rotation. I kind of just want to see what he can do. In 2K, if you could shoot threes and you could play perimeter defense, you have a role on my team. In real life, too. I mean, I'm not a coach, but if I were to coach a team, I would definitely, those would be the skill sets I would look for. We're going to give LeBron his farewell tour. And going into this season, I'm not expecting much. I think what I'll do is I'm going to set the lineup. I'll simulate to the deadline, and then we'll see where we're at. If we feel that we're ready to contend, maybe I'll make a move for, a star. Or if we're hovering around that 500 mark, maybe I sell off some guys that aren't going to be here next year. So I think that's going to be the game plan. I think we're going to just see how it goes to the deadline. Not many moves I want to make. I'll set the lineup, and then, yeah, I'll see you guys at the trade deadline. So here we are at the deadline. These were the minutes that I set before the start of the season. I just wanted to see how everyone would perform. We are currently 31-19. I think we're we're third in the East. We were second for a little while, but it is a dogfight. I mean, the first seed is well within reach. Let's see what the West is looking like. Minnesota and San Antonio are up there. Do they still have... I believe we traded them somebody. But they do still have Bobby Portis. Oh, I was about to say, where is Wembanyama? But, yeah. Okay, so I guess we could see how everybody's performing. So Luka is obviously going off. He's pretty much the reason why we have this record. And Bam, too, of course. Terrell Purdue is hooping, man. He's coming. That's 15 off the bench. And he's shooting 30% from three. I don't know why they got Bam taking threes in the game. I mean, if he could develop that in real life, I could see that. I could see that happening. Edmund Mason having a pretty good year. I wish his rebounds were a little bit higher. I think our biggest issue is honestly rebounding, which is kind of crazy because you have Bam, who's he's a significantly talented rebounder in real life, and you have a 7-foot guy, and they're combining for 14 rebounds. I mean, the top guy in the league is averaging 14 rebounds, and Luka is averaging the most rebounds on the team. That's kind of crazy. I like what we have here. I guess we can go to estimated win shares. Luka with 16. So AJ Johnson, I like, these are two guys that I don't want to move off of. I have Andre Jackson Jr. starting. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, they wanted me to give him more minutes. And then Ty Jerome, I have him at the end of the bench. Dante Exum. So a lot of the offseason acquisition guys, are the ones that are kind of getting thrown under the bus. They want Exum to start. I don't know if I want Exum to start. I mean, I can give 2K the benefit of the doubt. How did Bridges do? He was like playing average. I didn't give Garrison Matthews any minutes. He didn't regress, thankfully. Oh, that's what I should have did. I want to set up some player mentorship. Okay, well, that was my coat that fell on the ground. AJ Johnson. I could have Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Yeah, I guess it'll be... Or I guess we can give Luka him. Give him Luka, rather. Give him Dimer. Forgot they added legend badges. That's kind of cool. I want Khalil Ware getting tutored by Bam. Give him Rise Up. Give him all the gold badges post-lockdown. Mobile Enforcer, Terrell Purdue. What can I have him be mentored by? I guess Kyle Anderson. Just give him these three. And then, yeah, that'll really be it. I guess rebounding is our issue. I kind of don't really want to rock with this lineup, but I guess as we get closer to the playoffs, we need to limit our mistakes. I really want Andre Jackson Jr. back in the lineup over Exum. So I guess I'll just set that up. I want him getting at least 20 minutes. Give Alexander Walker 25. I need AJ Johnson back in there too. I'm just going to ignore what 2K wants. Do they know better than me? Well, they know their sim engine, so probably. Give Luka a little less. They got Purdue. They have Bam off the bench. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I don't think I'm anywhere close to being ready for that. I think we need Bam in there. He's our anchor, man. He's our defensive anchor. So at least get these guys 25 minutes. I think this lineup is fine. I liked what we had with Jalen Bridges, but I don't think he has a role right now. Could be different next year. I mean, if we take a look, is there anything I really want to do to improve? Is bringing Andre Jackson Jr. going to be difficult? I guess I can check the contracts. So Bam wants to come back. On how much does he want? 10 mil. I think we could do better. I genuinely do think that for $10 million a year, I would wait till free agency on that. But for now, I mean, Garrison Matthews isn't going to see the floor. Exum is playing good minutes. What's his stats looking like? Yeah, I mean, he's playing good minutes. He can't make a free throw to save his life. And then Kyle Anderson, I don't want to get rid of because he's mentoring. If I can just get like a second-round pick or something for Garrison Matthews, just call it a day. Get one from Boston. Get a first from Atlanta. Yeah, I'll just take that. Take Vladimir Roderick. Okay, yeah, I think we're just going to leave it as is. I'll stick with you guys through the sim here. But, I mean, I think we're hovering right at around expectations, I guess. No, I don't want to stop. Maybe overperforming a little bit. But I guess, yeah, we're going to probably finish about the 4th seed. Yeah, so we finished the 4th seed. Wembanyama is your MVP again. Mitch Drew, Rookie of the Year. That was a guy that we saw. He looked incredible. Amin Thompson again. Jalen Tyson. That's a real player. Good for them. Giannis, Clutch Player of the Year. Still hooping. Billy Donovan of the Spurs is Coach of the Year. Okay. So we have Luka on All-NBA first team. That's it. Probably going to get Bam. No Bam. Just want to make sure. Yeah, no Bam Adebayo. And then we had no rookies. So we were the 4th seed. We're going to be taking on Detroit in the first round. This team in Sim is pretty good. How do they have Rudy Gobert? Did they trade Jalen Duren for Rudy Gobert? Who did they trade? Am I blind? How'd they get Vucevic? I guess they signed him in free agency. I have no idea. I guess I'm going to just make the assumption that they traded Jalen Duren. But, I mean, this team doesn't exactly scare me. I guess we could take a look at the stats one more time here. I don't know what much has changed. Terrell Purdue is hooping. Bam having a good season. Edmund Mason having a pretty good season. Oh, man, A.J. Johnson, that efficiency is horrible. That's terrible. If we don't see significant improvement from him in next year's player progression, we might have to look elsewhere. Khalil Ware had a pretty good season. I wish the efficiency was higher for a guy who's 7 feet tall. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had a pretty good season. Yeah, I mean, did I call him? I'm just going to ignore that. I thought I swapped their names, but Dante Exum had a pretty solid season. Shot about 40% from 3. And then in limited minutes, Jalen Bridges, he did his thing. I can't really be mad about that. Ty Jerome really had his role decrease heavily. And doesn't really look like he appreciated it. So, yeah. We're just going to take it game by game. We win game 1. We blow them out. Luka had a fantastic game. Game 2, we win. Luka again. I mean, you have Luka and you have the pieces around him. You're winning probably multiple championships. We're probably going to end up sweeping them. This was probably the closest game of the series so far. Actually, who performed well for us? Luka. Why am I even surprised? We had all of our starters and Terrell Purdue. Well, not all of our starters. That was, wow. He's actually hoping. I guess I just caught him on a bad game. And yeah, we sweep them. And we put up 166 in regulation. We hooped, man. We hooped. So who are we taking on in round 2? We're taking wow. Typical Toronto. They lose 4-1 to the 8th-seeded Brooklyn Nets, who have Cam Thomas, Barney McCaw, who's not real, Noah Clowney, Taylor Hendricks. This is young as hell. This seems so young, and they lost. Well, they won. They beat Toronto. Wow. All right. I have no idea how Toronto was the 1 seed. This team was probably one of the most fraudulent 1 seeds in NBA history. Probably outside of the 60-win Atlanta Hawks. But anyway, we win game 1. We win by 15. Luka. I mean, I could just say Luka's name every single time, probably. Oh, Terrell Purdue. Okay. Luka didn't have his best game, but he still had a triple-double. 0 for 8 from 3 is pretty disgusting. Game 3, we win again. We win by 11 in OT. Cam Thomas had a good game. Luka almost had a 45-point triple-double. Bam was pretty close. And I'm sure we're going to... Oh, they take a game. We get blown out. Luka still had a good game. I just don't think we... I don't think we took enough shots, to be honest. We usually get up more shots than that. But we win in 5. I mean, it was a no-brainer. I was not afraid. Luka almost a 40-point triple-double. Bam. Had a nice double-double there. And we're taking on the Pacers. We've seen them in our previous rebuild. But they had Kawhi last time. They have Siakam now. Benedict Mathurin. Nembhard develops pretty well in the game. Halliburton. They have a solid team. But I think we're better. I mean, win game 1. We beat them. Blow them out. I mean, like I said, you have Luka Doncic. Not only do you have an automatic triple-double in the sim, but you're probably going to win the game. Halliburton had a great game, and we won by 1. Close one there. So Indiana actually does take one at our home turf, and we get blown out. Halliburton had a great game. Benedict Mathurin had a good game. Can we go up 3-1, though? No. So we beat them at home, and we lose twice at home. Okay. So we lose by 3. Luka had a great game. Khalil Ware shooting 44%. Halliburton, Mathurin again. Can we not go down 3-2, though? Okay, we do win. We win by 2. Pretty close series so far. Luka had technically his worst game of the playoffs so far. Did he foul out? He only played 26 minutes. Why? Yeah, he fouled out. Okay. Can we close it out? We do. We win in 6. Luka, another triple-double. And we're going to be taking on the San Antonio Spurs. And we saw this team a little bit. Their defensive front court is elite. Their backcourt defensively is pretty good. And they have a pretty solid bench outside of past Anderson Little. So let's see. I think we have the deeper team, but it's hard to play against a guy who's 7'4" and could shoot 40% from 3 and just do whatever he wants. Pause. Game 2, we lose. We get blown out again. Wembanyama had 20 and 20 on us. I think Edmund Mason, he just might be getting eaten alive. He's taking 7 threes. 7? How many threes have you made all year, bro? You're taking 7 in the finals. Well, I guess he shot a considerable amount during the season, but I don't like that. Give Luka more shots. Okay, we do win game 3, though. And thank God he dropped his 3 attempts from 7 to 4. But Luka had a great game. Terrell Purdue had a pretty good game. Can we take game 4? Okay, we're down 3-1. So, let me get this straight, right? We lose 87-81. We hold them to 9 points the entire fourth quarter, and we can't win the game. 9. We only scored 13 in the fourth quarter. Get me out of here, man. Victor Wembanyama wins Finals MVP, and we go to overtime and we lose. Wemby had 50. Luka almost had a triple-double. We're right there. We're right on the cusp. What? Why was LeBron in Sacramento? That's terrible. All right, well, we're right there. I'm just going to reject that. I'm not too bothered. We had the projected 2nd and 4th pick. Okay. Do we get them, though? Do we actually keep them? Okay, well, we dropped from 2. Was it 2? We dropped from 2 and 4 to 6 and 7. Are we serious? Oh, man. I guess it just goes to show the luck of this rebuild so far. But we can take a look at the mock draft. This guy, if I recall, he looked pretty good. Chase Cartwright. We don't need a big man. Donovan Hardaway, 6'3". Don't need a big. RJ Young, 6'4". I think this might either be a trade down candidate or we go and get a star. So we can go to the draft. There's nobody here that's really blowing me away. I want to keep Bam. Like, this core is solid. This top four, the top four is untouchable, right? I'm not trading them. I don't think I'm going to be getting rid of Bam. I mean, I could take a peek. That's crazy. Sabonis, that's a pretty good trade. Ja Morant, really? I mean, they're kind of begging me to take Ja Morant. That's kind of... we'd win a championship with that. And if this is the final season, I might have lied when I said Bam was untradeable. But I think it's going to be Ja Morant. I wanted to keep Bam, but I'm going to get Ja Morant. I don't think it makes much sense. But now Luka can play the 2, and they can average the most assists in the NBA. Ja, pretty good playmaker. We got Edmund Mason, who can catch lobs. Terrell Purdue can catch lobs. Now we just need a 3-man. And I think we're set. I'll do that. I'll take Kuzma. He's going to be a little bit on the slower side, I think. But I don't hate it. I like that his title is Swiss Army Knife. Because that's kind of how I view Kyle Kuzma in real life as well. Like, he can kind of do a couple of different things. We have pick 15, right? That's where we're at right now. Top guy was an 80. Not surprised. Yeah, so we're at pick 15. I guess I'll just take Ian Payne. I mean, don't really know much about him. I mean, I don't think either of these guys are going to see the floor. We want Terrell Purdue back. We want all these guys back. And then Jokic is a free agent. Giannis is a free agent if he wants to come home. We have no money at all. Actually, we have 14 mil. That's enough for a mid-level exception, but I think this is the year. I didn't want to trade Bam, but it was pretty obvious an improvement bringing in Ja Morant. But if we take a look at the squad here, we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 if he develops. 6, 7. Ooh, I can move Usman down. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Usman Yang down and have him play backup 5. Just lost it. And then let's go back and look again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have a lineup. I guess I'll bring in a backup 1. Do I want to bring in Lonzo? Or do I want to bring in KJ? I'll bring in Lonzo, even though I think KJ Simpson's going to develop probably a little bit better. Oh, I guess they don't have... He didn't sign anywhere. Okay, kind of crazy, but... Terrell Purdue, he's developing well. Kuzma even went up at 32, which is kind of insane. Oh, Olynyk went down. Not that I really care. Where did... Mason didn't really go up. Oh, that's kind of rough. Because I was kind of hoping he would take, like, that jump, like, be, like, an 85 overall, replace Bam, and kind of just let that transition be smooth. But Terrell Purdue going up to an 87. Curry wants to retire, sure. Having that transition without Bam, I thought maybe we can get something there. So he just didn't go up. KJ Sims didn't go up. So I guess it's a good thing I brought in Lonzo. So let's set the lineup. So we got Luka and Ja, Kuzma, Purdue, Mason. I like that 5. Then we got Lonzo, AJ Johnson, Kello Ware. I'm not going to change a thing. I love the lineup. And yeah, I guess we'll go to midseason. And I hope that we're performing well than 500. It's kind of crazy, but I'll see you guys at the trade deadline once again. So here we are. We're at the trade deadline. We're 31 and 19. I want to show you guys the stats real quick. Luka, 21. Here's the thing, right? Do you feel bummed out that Luka's points per game dropped off, or do you feel okay because you bring in Ja Morant? Now, 29 points per game to almost 18 points per game is pretty significant of a drop off, but I also have to contribute that to the development of the rest of our guys. I'm not mad at where we're at. AJ Johnson is playing better. He is playing better. Kilo Ware, 10 and 5 off the bench. Lonzo, I'm okay with what Lonzo's doing. So I do want to win this year. Is anybody in the negative? So Usman Dieng, I'm not mad about that. I think Andre Jackson Jr. is going to be the odd man out. I just think we have the potential to get another guy. But even if I do something like this, I can't get like some sort of trade exception. Bucks would acquire 2 mil over allowed. You can take Kelly Olynyk. Now we can take this guy. Can we just do this straight up? I'll give you this pick. Done. Okay. Well, to me, that's an upgrade over Kyle Kuzma, even though I think Kuzma's probably a better defender. But I think that makes us better. Definitely, 100%. I think the last thing would be maybe a backup 3, because we kind of gave up our wing depth for that. But I don't really see anybody else that we could trade. Assuming, again, this is the final season. So I'm pretty content leaving the lineup the way it is here and not changing anything. I'll even give the rookie the minutes, I guess, maybe for the sake of how the team is structured. I could switch him over to the 3, but let me do that because then he'll actually get more minutes. So let me go slide Ian Payne up, and he actually goes up 2, which is pretty nice. So make him back up 2, and yeah, we can just sim to the end now. Hopefully we finish the first seed. So we'll see you guys at the end of the season. So I didn't show you guys, however, we were able to re-sign Ja Morant. He wanted to come back, thankfully. So if we do go beyond this season, we at least have the core lined up. But Wembanyama, again, Elaine Silverstray wins Rookie of the Year. He was picked 26. Julius Randle, 6th Man of the Year. I wonder who they got starting over him. Wemby, Randolph Cook on OKC. Jokic, Clutch Player of the Year, and Billy Donovan. And the Spurs win 63 games. We finished as a 2nd seed. Not super ideal. We were 5th in the power rankings. But we get Washington in round 1. We took Kuzma from them, and then we shipped them off elsewhere. They have Chris Middleton still. Oh, wait. Oh, Chris Middleton just signed there. I forgot we traded him to Denver. So he went to Denver, then went to Cleveland, went back to Denver, and now he's in Washington. But this team does not scare me one bit. And we lose game 1. Incredible. Wait. What? How did I just miss? Bro, I gotta be blind. They have Giannis? Chris Middleton and Giannis teamed up? Okay, now I'm a little scared. Okay, yeah, now I'm concerned. Because we have nobody to guard Giannis. And Alex Sarr is developing into a star right before my eyes. We're down 3-0 to the 7th seed. Wait a minute. You're not getting minutes. You're not getting minutes. We need to lock in real quick. Terrell Purdue, show why you're Giannis 2.0. Okay? Need all the starters playing. Let's get to simcasting. Okay, I don't care. Get to simcast. And oh my gosh, we're going to lose. Oh my gosh, we're not going to lose. Okay. Well, we take 1. Now we're back home. Please. Come on. Guys. Are we serious? Trey Man? I should have signed Trey Man. I should have signed him when I had the chance. Wow. So, I don't even know what to say. I don't want to end off on a loss. But I think that's going to do it. I tried my hardest to rebuild the Bucks without Giannis. Maybe it's a sign that they just shouldn't trade Giannis at all. And in my first 2 rebuilds back, I go 1-1. But we're going to bounce back. Milwaukee was a little tough. I definitely want to revisit this. I definitely would have did things differently. But that's going to do it for this one. I wish it went a little bit better. I wish we got, a championship. But maybe we shouldn't have traded Bam. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. What would you guys have done different? How would you have built the team differently? So, yeah, that's going to be it for me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.